Hey, it's Jen and Casey here with another adventure. At the RV park we'd been working at, we were about 3.5 hours away from Joshua Tree, so we decided on our weekend to get out for something new and heading up to Joshua Tree right now in the van. So of course I'll fast forward through a lot of the drive, but being from Connecticut/Kansas, we're still fascinated with driving around here and getting to see just the different landscapes that are out here that we were not used to growing up around. So our intention was to get to Joshua Tree and pick out a campsite and actually camp in the park overnight. However, when we got there, most of the campgrounds were already filled up. We ended up driving through the entire park from one end to the other. And even though there were a few sites opened, they were really very close to the neighbors, and we just didn't feel like camping that way. We didn't think it was worth it to actually stay in Joshua Tree and just be camping right on top of everybody else. So we drove all the way through and out the other end of the park to the actual town of Joshua Tree. And on the outside of that town, there is BLM. And we'd never camped on BLM land before, so we got to have another first. So check out our adventure at our first van camping on BLM. All right, so we've been in the car now for hours. We have our little chicken dove bird with us, and she's eager to get out and spread her wings. So I'm going to close up the van and let her out for a few minutes. Obviously, she can't fly outside of the cage. I had to close all the doors and the windows, and it's kind of hot out, so I'm just going to have her out for a little bit so she gets to stretch and enjoy.
You can't fly in here, okay?
Meanwhile, Casey is outside with the dogs and getting them out for a little stretch and walk, and then we're going to set up our camp for the night.
I know, it's pretty amazing, isn't it, Chicken? Yes. Chicken's on a road trip. Chicken's gone camping. She's preening, that's a good sign. Just for reference, I'm making sure she doesn't fly into these windows. This is where we're camping tonight. Can't go any further around the angle that I'm at. In case he's going to be building a campfire out there. That's correct. And then that's a view at the other side of our campsite. Our nearest neighbor. You doing a good job, Chicken Dove? That's the way. You get those feathers back in order.
All right, and here's one of our dogs outside waiting for Casey to return with a rock. He's making us a nice fire ring for the night. There was one sort of already started here. He just needed to work on it and sure it up a little bit to make it better. And we did stop and get firewood from town on our way out here, so we'll have a nice fire later on tonight. We also picked up some food for dinner tonight. Nothing that we have to cook, just bread, cheese, snacks, munchy things like that. So we'll have a fire, a very peaceful evening, I think, and we'll see how it goes for our first overnight on BLM. All right, and the sun is setting. It is starting to become twilight here, and you can take a look around us. And when we pan around here, you'll see that there's lots of open space. It's nothing like it was at Joshua Tree. We've got all this room to ourselves. Sure, we don't have any restrooms, we don't have any water supply, we don't have electricity. In our van, though, we can plug in phones and recharge them, so what more do we need? We've got our air mattress all set up in the van, so we'll have a nice, warm, cozy place to sleep for tonight inside the van. And Casey is going to light the fire in a moment and get that all ready to go.
Don't make it too big.
And here we are, first thing in the morning. The following day, we had a great night. There was just like maybe a half hour where there was somebody driving a car up and down really fast, tearing it up, which was a bit annoying, but it wasn't that late at night. It was only like 11. We got a great night's sleep, and we are feeling good and ready to go explore Joshua Tree now on day 2. Stay tuned. We'll do a second video with a part 2 with our adventures and travels through Joshua Tree.